Hello, everyone, and welcome back to POV Reacts. We are here again with another AVGN video. We seen the 32X video and decided we'll go back to nostalgia lane with the wrestling games. Have you seen this video before, bro?
No.
Okay, it's gonna be your first time for me too, because I'd never watched this one either. So this one should be cool. See how far back he ends up going with these games. That's such a sick collection. That's awesome.
Yeah! He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.
Man, in the 80s and 90s, there was nothing bigger than pro wrestling. It was as close as you can get to watching real-life superheroes fight it out for our entertainment. I know it's fake or choreographed or whatever, but how do you fake landing on somebody with 300 pounds of man-ass? They were just flying through the air and just smashing each other with steel chairs and all that shit. It was like watching an action movie happen live on TV. And of course, anything that's popular gets made into video games. And you're probably wondering, are these games complete shit? Yeah, a lot of them are, but it's the kind of shit you couldn't even imagine. Like, I'm talking day after binging on buffalo wings and beer shit. The kind of shit that never wipes. Never wipes.
Oh, God.
That's so on point.
First up, Tag Team Wrestling on NES. This game came out the same year as Pro Wrestling, which is a decent game, so it gets spared. Anyway, Tag Team Wrestling starts right up with no character selection or anything. You play as some long-haired guy with the stubbiest punch possible. The A button punches, but the B button does absolutely dick as far as I can tell. You run around mashing the A button, hoping your deformed stump hits the other guy, and then you both run into the ropes and hope for the best. I seriously have no idea what the hell I'm doing in this. Whenever the bad guys put me in a hold or try to slam me, a guy, who I'm guessing is my tag partner, comes out of the corner and does absolutely nothing. I don't know if he's automatic or what, but no matter how much I beat on these guys, they always seem to kick my ass and pin me. Winner is Strong Bads. First, it sounds like a hilarious typo, but actually Strong Bads is the name of one of the teams in the game. But what I think it really means is that this game is strongly bad! Next up, we got the real deal, WWF WrestleMania, the first licensed WWF game for the NES. Turn it on and you get a nice view of the Acclaim logo and someone's drunk, sunburned grandpa tearing off his shirt while screaming. I know it's Hulk Hogan, but come on, is this the best they can make the Hulkster look? He looks ridiculous. Bigger, better, badder. Well, which is it? I'll give you one fucking guess. From the start, there's two modes, Standard and Tournament. Standard is single one-on-one matches, while Tournament mode is like your basic arcade ladder mode. Choose a wrestler, choose an opponent, and then run around the ring like an asshole for a few minutes, swinging at nothing. When health gets low, the game starts throwing power-ups. But you're only able to collect the power-ups specific to your wrestler. Million Dollar Man has dollar signs, Andre the Giant has what looks like big-ass hams, and Hulk Hogan gets crosses? Who the fuck does he think he is, Simon Belmont? I guess it's because Hulk always said to say your prayers and eat your vitamins, but it's still kind of weird. Maybe Nintendo and WWF thought it'd be kind of weird if kids saw wrestlers taking pills in the game. They thought maybe steroids or something. I don't know, but the thing that pisses me off is that I can't figure out how to pin anybody. I hit every goddamn button possible, and there's only two of them. Million Dollar Man's just lying there with his gut in the air, and all Hulk does is dance around like a jackass. Eventually, I pin the guy, but fuck if I know how. I guess I just happened to hit the magic combination of buttons. I'm sorry, I can't play this one anymore. I know it's supposed to be a classic, but back then we didn't know any better. We didn't have any other options. Oh, but that's not the end of it, because there's a lot more WWF wrestling games on the NES, and oh my God. I wonder who published them.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, if you're not aware, LJN made like a lot of movie tie-in games, they just published a lot of stuff, but the people who would make them, like, it wasn't actually them that made it, it was like people who worked under them, I guess, or like partners. But all their games were terrible. Like, probably one of the worst games of all time has to be like Beetlejuice. They made Beetlejuice, and it's like, what the fuck are you actually supposed to do? It's just one of those games where, like, if you ended up getting that on the weekend, it was just the worst experience possible. There goes your weekend, waste of money. It's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, LGN, god damn it.
WrestleMania was bad, but I gotta say, LJN really turns up the diarrhea dial on the WWF suckery. WrestleMania Challenge plays at an isometric view, which does not translate well to the NES controller. If you were running around like an idiot in the original WrestleMania, get ready. Trying to hit a guy here is like trying to hit a grain of sand with a tennis racket while Andre the Giant farts directly into your nostrils. Steel Cage Challenge, well, it has a steel cage mode. If you like glimpsing the wrestlers through the cage, get the cage out of the way, I can't see anything. And in King of the Ring, you can literally hit one button over and over and beat the guy. Just kick him to the ground and repeatedly stomp his dick, then pin him for the slowest 3 count in history.
Oh my god. It's quite the crowd. Quite the crowd.
How long am I going to be cursed to walk this earth and play LJN games? When are they gonna run out? You know how I feel about these wastes of plastic and circuitry, but guess what? They made WWF games for the Super Nintendo too. Super WrestleMania, LJN, Royal Rumble, LJN, Raw, LJN! It doesn't matter if it's 8-bit or 16-bit, I still have no idea what I'm doing. I hit every button and mash them as fast as I can, but the computer always ends up beating me. The sound is shit, the graphics are boring as fuck. The only real difference between these shit fests is the roster. These games were all about the grappling, so you hold on to them and tap the buttons like crazy till you throw them into some special move. That's what these were all about. They're exactly what you'd expect from LJN, and Vince McMahon should be ashamed of himself for whoring out his product to such inept game designers. Oh, these games are an insult to wrestlers, they're an insult to wrestling fans, and they're an insult to gamers in general. However, thankfully, there is a WWF game on the Super Nintendo that's not made by LJN, WrestleMania the Arcade game by Midway Acclaim. This game definitely has a different feel than the others. As a matter of fact, it's kind of fun. It goes with the digitized graphics that Midway games were famous for back then. Sure, it's got its problems, but the control's pretty fluid and doesn't take itself too seriously. It plays pretty close to Mortal Kombat with strong and weak punch and all that. There's even crazy special attacks like the Undertaker.
Before it even comes, I can totally remember this right now. Pin him! Pin him! Pin him! Right?
Shooting
That's
out
what
ghosts
happens.
and slamming you with gravestones.
And I'm pretty sure on Sega you got 1 or 2 more people than the Super one.
I think you're right.
Like
I'm pretty sure
a
you're
game.
right.
It's still fairly difficult, especially when you play
Yeah,
for
pretty
the
small
World
roster
Wrestling
there.
Federation Championship. In that mode, you fight 2 guys at a time, and it's cheap. The computer just gangs up and beats the fuck out of you until you're dead. This mode sucks, but not worse than the other games I played. If you want something more like a regular game, stick to the Intercontinental Championship. That's fun to say 3 times fast. The game is over the top.
That's what else the brain remembers stuff
between
like
Mortal
that.
Kombat and NBA Jam. Also, it has Vince McMahon himself doing the commentary. There is one problem with the game, that it has a weak roster, with only 6 different characters, and none that I really care for that much, except for The Undertaker. I mean, there's Bret Hart too, but come on, who wants to play as Lex Luger or Doink? Surprisingly, the Genesis version has more characters, adding Bam Bam Bigelow and Yokozuna, but the graphics and sound aren't as good as the Super Nintendo version.
No, it's not.
But if you have to pick up a WWF game, I'd recommend this one on either system. It even came out on 32X, if you're into that heap of shit. Wow, it's nice to play something decent for once. But now I'm gonna fuck that up. Kind of like putting on a new pair of underwear and then taking a shit in it right away. This is Super Brawl. It's WCW, so it's a little change of pace, maybe a little different. Also, it's not LJN, so maybe it won't be that bad.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the sound is pretty good. Clear voice sample, nice colorful logo. We're off to an alright start. The fuck? Okay, I get it. he's wearing shorts that are the same color as his skin for some reason. Like he's wearing yellow shorts, but they made all his skin yellow, which makes no sense. But it looks like he's fucking naked. It's totally like he's naked. Look. He looks like a naked, dickless mannequin man with invisible knees. Wow.
Oh
and
my
how about
God.
the most annoying character select screen possible?
Who deserves the belt?
I don't know who the fuck most of these guys are, and they have no names. Who are these people?
It's not my
They just shout random slogans at me and move at about 2 frames per second.
Invincible.
Whatever, I'll pick Ric Flair. And of course, it controls like ass. The punches take almost a full second delay. And seriously, why does everyone walk around like there's shit caked up their ass? Fuck this piece of shit, I'm done. Let me tell you something, brother. This game is the worst there is, the worst there was, and the worst there ever will be. Woo! It's a limousine fucking jet plane sucking diarrhea drinking asshole stinking hell on earth in a cartridge, and I'm gonna open up a whole can of whoop ass on it. And that's the bottom line. Because the fucking nerd said so.
Oh shit. Damn.
Okay. All right, well, this one's on the right track. The controls are simple. Y attacks, B jumps, and A pins. It's got balls to the wall, bone-crunching, high-flying
don't think
action.
I've ever seen
all
this
the
one.
stuff you'd want in a wrestling game.
No, you never played
And
this?
it's made
No,
by the
no, I don't
king
think
of
so.
fighting
I played
games,
this.
Capcom.
Oh.
Not to mention, it features Mayor Mike Hagar from Final Fight as a playable character.
Oh shit.
I need a lot of practice with this game, but it looks and sounds great with that distinct Capcom feel. Seriously, why couldn't they give all the WWF games to Capcom instead of giving 6 of them to one of the worst video game companies in existence? Oh, and did I mention the toy line? LJN made the toys too, and those fucking sucked
God.
also. What are they thinking? Man, if LJN stood for laughing, joking, numbnuts,
Oh,
then
shit.
WWF must have stood for wisecracking wiener fuck farts.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's jokes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that last game, I never played that one. Man, I would have been super into that. Like as a young lad, I would have been all over that.
Yeah, it's like he said, it's like this. Well, it's one of the characters is from Final Fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love Final Fight. Like any
Yeah.
well, pretty much anything Capcom made at that time was just beautiful. Very clean.
Golden.
Oh yeah. Like they were really great. Like if you had a Capcom game, you knew at least like money was well spent and you were gonna actually enjoy it for a while.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Capcom was they were on point with their shit.
Capcom was really cool about making sure like almost every single game they made at that time period was like you could play with a friend,
Yeah,
which was pretty sweet.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I mentioned this before we started, but like I never was really into the shows at all, but the games. There's a few good games I quite enjoyed.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't. I'm sure he probably does. Maybe we look for it for the next video, but it wasn't really until N64 when you hit the NWO versus or is it WCW versus NWO, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And then I think there was like a Nitro version one too. Like those ones were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you could have 4 players going.
Oh, straight up, that's sick.
Yeah.
So you and your buds would be battling over like a 14-inch CRT, just going ham.
No, nothing like that. But yeah, like, probably like a 27-inch fucking RCA or something. You know.
Yeah. Just spouting out radiation as you're playing. It's just awesome.
You know, like that whole situation. Like, what's that thing attached to the back of the TV? A fucking house.
Fucking house. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, this was wonderful though. Like some of those games never even seen before. Man, that first one was awful looking though. Like, that's jeez.
Oh yeah, no. Like the first two I never played, but I
Yeah.
definitely played. I played all the ones on Nintendo, and yeah, I know what he means. They're fucking shit.
Mhm.
But
Though I do have fond memories of the Royal Rumble though.
honestly, yeah, like, you know, when he was
Actually-
saying that, I was just like, you know, out of all of them, I didn't mind the Royal Rumble.
Royal
but I think
Rumble
it
I
was-
did enjoy.
but it was because of the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
right? I think it was just, you know, having all the people in the ring and yeah, and
Just going hard.
throwing dudes out. So
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed. As always, we leave the original link down in the description. If you like the video, please drop a like. Maybe subscribe if you're new here. Helps our channel grow. If you have any other suggestions for videos, go ahead and leave it down in the description. We love checking out your videos you suggest. And until next time, guys, peace out and have a good one.
peace out, everybody.